right. What's up? What's up? What's up? What's going on, everybody? This is Twin Flames Unite, and we are at it again. And if you don't know by now, I'm Chris.
And I'm Leisha.
What up? What's going on, everybody? As always, we are here to bring you practical solutions to your everyday problems that you can solve easily, naturally, and automatically
in your everyday life, so you can tap into your unlimited potential
and rise to the highest version of yourself. All right. What's going on, beautiful people? We are here to jump into some things. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you, Honeydew.
Honeydew, what's up, sis? What's up?
Going on? How's everybody doing this evening?
I'm just enjoying some strong juice.
Some strong juice?
Some strong juice.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Oh, boy. Bring this up just a tad.
So we're about to get into it today, family. Or tonight. Now, I mean, we already did the video with all of the happy birthday and thank you and gratitude and stuff like that. So we didn't want to really mix it up too much. Now, this one is a little bit more on the serious side. And we're going to play some stuff for you guys tonight. And you might not be able to believe what you're hearing.
Yes.
But yes, I'm just going to let you know you are hearing correctly. This is happening. It's happening in front of our very eyes. And so we just wanted to let you guys know what is going on behind the scenes in these hospitals.
Yeah.
Okay. There is something really dark, something really diabolical, something really draconianistic, okay, that is taking place within these hospitals. And because of the times that we're currently in, we want to let you guys be aware of what is taking place so that you yourself, your family, your friends, whatever, could be prepared just in case you have to encounter, and I hope not.
We hope not.
We hope that you do not have to ever experience anything like this that we're getting ready to let you listen to. And hopefully by providing this information to you, it would allow you to really know what exactly that we're dealing with right now on planet Earth. I mean, we've been kind of saying this type of stuff for the past...
Since the beginning.
Since the beginning of this madness, we've been really trying to shed some light on some things, but unfortunately, sometimes things like this, for some people don't need this type of reminder or extremities. But sometimes we really do have to see and experience, not even experience, but witness this type of a scenario to wake us up, unfortunately. We're gonna play for you a video. Now we want to big up to this young lady. We're gonna put the video in the chat so that you guys can go and listen or look at the entire video, because it's pretty long. It's like an hour and 14 minutes. So we're not gonna play the entire video. We're just gonna play a portion of it. And then you guys can go and when you get a chance, you can look at the entire video. It's very informative. What is her name? Her name is Mrs. Walk with the Ancestors, the Queen, right? Haven't really looked at any of her other videos, but this one kind of stood out to me, and I was led to actually look at it, and I was wondering, why am I looking at this? And I just kept looking at it, and then I realized why. I was led to look at it. And so we're going to go ahead and play it for you. If you guys can share it with your friends and family, that'll be really good, because you could save a life. Yeah. Who knows? But without further ado, we're going to play it for you. And I'm just going to catch you up a little bit, because we're not playing the whole thing. We're just going to play the part where she's telling us about her experience in the hospital. As you can see, the title here, we're getting ready to show you. The title of the video is My Deadly Stay, ICU, Vaselines, and more, right?
Bring this up so y'all can see, because
that's the title of the video. Now, guys, this is might be hard for some sensitive people to listen to her experience. If it is, we understand. But it's just something to be aware of, that these draconians are not playing games with us anymore. Mm-hmm. They are really going hard, fast, and quickly. So without further ado, we're going to play the portion for you. Again, you can go and look at the entire video and get the whole scoop, because she tells a lot about herself. She tells about her blood type. You know, she's an RH negative blood type. And you know, there are certain good things about having that RH negative blood types. I know one of the things is they can't get AIDS because it doesn't bind to their blood, you know, and they don't really get like colds and stuff like that because of their let him out real quick particular blood type. But this particular lady in the video that she's interviewing, she did suffer from some type of severe cancer, but her body was healing itself. And the doctors were baffled because they didn't understand, why is this lady still alive? Like, you know, because the type of cancer that she had, it was supposed to literally take her out. And it didn't. She just kept recovering. Her body kept rejuvenating itself, and they didn't understand why. And they wanted to study to turn her into a guinea pig. And good thing she had a good doctor. But she's going to go ahead and tell you, you know, her experience, a particular experience after she had a stroke. She had 4 strokes in 1 hour. Technically, she was supposed to have been gone. Right. But because of the way her body is, and her body is really in there working, she survived. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So we're just bringing this up because we want you all to be aware. We just want you to be aware. Be aware. We'll leave it at that. And just pay attention and just listen, okay? Listen to her story because it's important. Mm-hmm. Let's see. Let's get this pulled up.
No one coming in there, me being in my own feces, my own urine, no food, no medication, anything, still handcuffed to the bed. I mean, my wrists are purple, handcuffed to the bed. And it's really bad because I can't even move one of them at all. So that to me was like.
But the fact, Queen, the fact that you said the young male that was putting the little sponge to your mouth just so you can get some water, you know, was transferred out because he was trying to assist you.
Yes. Yes, he was. Because, you know, he's not, they're trying to prove a point to me. If you take this vaccination, then this can all come back. You'll be comfortable again. And he was going against that. So he was needed in another wing. So off he went, you know. When my daughter came in there with my attorney, they were giving him pushback. Now they have the chaplain in here. You know, they have a Jewish one. They have a black reverend. Can we pray for you? No. Hell no. You cannot pray for me. You pray for them. Yeah. Don't pray for me. I'm good over here.
Yes.
Trying to speak to my daughter. We want the best for her. You don't know how strokes affect them neurologically. You're going to get home and things can turn bad for her, and it will be too late for us to help her. How can it get any worse, Queen?
Right. People are dying around you left and right.
People are dying, and I'm not dying quick enough. Do you understand me?
Matter of fact, you're rejuvenating your own body. You're rejuvenating out of your cell structure. So
they were pissed like, no rush, but hurry up and die. You have lasted too long. No rush, but hurry up and die.
Yeah.
You understand me?
Mm-hmm.
We had to call the sheriffs. My daughter, my attorney had to call the sheriffs to tell them this is against her human rights. We will put this entire shift in jail. You send this woman home. They sent me home with no meds, no walker, no assistance. They did not help me.
Hospital bill.
$278,000. Keep in mind, the very first day I had the sweetest case manager there that said, I looked into your medical records, and with all you've been through, You qualify for hardship. I'm going to push that.
She'll be back.
Me, Red? Your sound is cut out.
Can you hear me?
Yes, you're back.
Okay. She was saying to me, as humans, the least we can do is make sure that you don't have the stress of the medical bills. Because, you know, I'm in and out of MRIs and EKGs and EEGs and all this thing. I mean, my situation was critical. The fact that I was even able to leave there had them baffled. The fact that I was even able to communicate had them baffled, which is why I'm sure wanting me to die off quicker was a priority for the hospital. So my children get me home. They send me home with nothing. Luckily, I have my oncologist, which anybody who's ever dealt with cancer knows that your oncologist is your primary care physician, because you have to have that specialized care, because that is the most important care. Everything else is secondary to that cancer, right? Now, a month ago, my oncologist told me, you know, I have been told. Now, he had a tenure. He's very good. He is Indonesian. He is Indian. They told him he has to find somewhere else to practice, not in their hospital. What they did to him basically was take his tenure away and fire him, because he did not want to advise me to take the shot, because he did not push for that, because he was not with their agenda, and because he had been doing so many things along the way. He didn't allow me to be these people's guinea pig. He didn't allow me to be their test subject. So he had gone against the grain where I was concerned many a times, and he was telling me the truth. He was telling my family the truth. You know, if he felt a treatment was unnecessary, I didn't get that treatment.
Right.
If he felt a medication was unnecessary, I didn't get that medication. Most people that have the type of cancer that I have are on so many painkillers that they cannot even function. Their families come to see them and they are like zombies. He told me, you know, I've looked at your medical history and I can see you've never done a drug. So I feel like let's start with a low dose of pain medicine that you take only if you need it. If you need it, and you be the person to decide if you need it. Because I feel like you can live your life better, you can think more clear-headed, and you know, you'll maneuver better. You'll have a better quality of life if you're not on this stuff. If you feel like you need this stuff, I don't have a problem giving it to you, but let's not start there.
Right.
I've never been on a high dose of pain medicine, period, because I don't need it. You understand what I'm saying to you? I don't need it.
I do. Because they often give too much pain medication to people.
They want to stop the respiratory system.
Absolutely. Morphine will absolutely do that. It will shut your respiratory system down.
My mother, and I didn't tell you this last night, but I did tell you that she died May 26th of 16. Now, my mother had been fighting cancer for 30 years because her body was rejuvenating itself. And they told my mother she needs to be in hospice because she's not going to make it. She's not going to make it, right? My mother said, do not put me in that hospice. I am not going anywhere. I am fine. These people have no idea what they're talking about. And honestly, if I wouldn't have seen the way my mother went about it, I'm not sure it would have scared me, but it would have had a different effect on what happened with me and how I took my diagnosis when I got it. My mother fought that for 30 years, and then she caught non-Hodgkin's lymphoma, which is the easiest cancer to cure. Now, the problem is she went to live with my little sister, and my little sister decided she wanted to go ahead and bring in outside care. Do you know that one day I came to visit my mother, and every hour they were upping morphine? My mother died because her respiratory system shut down, because she was getting all that morphine, which suppresses the respiratory system. She did not die from cancer-related issues. She did not die from any of the things that they think that she should have died from. And I have an issue with my sibling today, like, why would you kill her? Because to me, that's murder.
Mm-hmm.
And I was trying to help her understand. I mean, it got physical. Why are you letting them put her down like a dog? Because that is what is happening. You don't see the life leaving her? You were putting her down like a dog. So when this all happened with me in the hospital, I just refused to, it wasn't going to happen like that with me. It was not going to, I was not going to be that. I had already seen the consequences of that. And the genome that was walking around, him passing away within that 12-hour span really opened my eyes, because, you know, he wasn't the first person to die. He may have even been like the fourth. But to me, him walking around talking, he was in his right mind. You know, he was drinking a Sprite. He was speaking with his daughter. And then he takes the vaccine and he's out of here. Nighttime comes and he starts to code. They can't save him. To me, that was a healthy man.
Right.
He should have walked out of that hospital, but he left in a body bag.
I've seen them do it with the jab, and I've seen them do it with the ventilator.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Because they give them the jab, and then within hours, they're on oxygen. And then after oxygen, they step up to the ventilator. And once they're on the ventilator, they're out.
It's done. Absolutely.
They're gone. My oncologist explained it to me. He said, the ventilator is really killing people. And he said, medical professionals know this. They know that what happens when your body has this virus, I'll just say that, when your body has this virus, is your lungs act as if you are in an airplane cabin. So when they add the ventilator, it just exacerbates that, and the body can't adjust. He told me it's like being so many hundreds of thousand miles up in the air, and the body's trying to adjust. Or when the deep divers go down and their lungs can't adjust to the altitude so far down in the water. He said, this is literally what's happening, and that is all exacerbated and sped up by the ventilation. That is the wrong treatment, but they know that. But he let me know. They get incentives. They get bonuses to do this.
I'm glad you said that. Absolutely. Absolutely they do. And this is not the first time it's been said. It's not a lie. It is the truth. And they are getting paid to commit murder.
They are.
They're turning those ventilators way up to 100%. And
yes, they are. Yes, they are. So I want people, and I know there are a lot of people, especially in these last 3 months. My mom had a cold, went to the ER, and I know the one thing that is going to strike a chord, and everybody will not hear this but feel this, is nobody could go back there, right? There are family members in there, and nobody could go back there. And then within this time, they're dead.
Yes. Just happened to my daughter's grandfather.
Everybody's devastated. I don't know how they died. They weren't even that sick. They weren't. They were killed. This is legalized murder going on by the masses. By the masses. I told you last night when I reached out to you, I said, what I'm about to tell you can get me killed. Probably. Because I'm still dealing with cancer. So in some form, I still have to deal with this system. But at the same time, okay, maybe that's my purpose. But people need to know. They need to know why you can't be in the hospitals. They need to know that, because they need to understand what is going on in intensive care. And this goes for neonatal intensive care with these brand new premature babies or these term babies that need to be watched in the NICU right now. What do you think is happening with these babies?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you think this mortality rate is going up?
Babies, vaccinations, and you got to understand, now that they have this new jab and they're having these babies, they're wanting to give it immediately to them, and their bodies can't even handle it.
Yes.
No.
I told you that I have a new granddaughter named after my mother, Melanie. And they were so upset with me.
All right, y'all. Like that's some heavy stuff.
You hear it from the horse's mouth, guys.
Okay.
The horse's mouth.
Yeah.
It's a very intense story to listen to. And whenever you guys get a chance, go to her channel and listen to the entire story, because this lady is going to tell you, you know, how she got to that emergency room. She's also going to let you know that she actually was handcuffed to the bed. This is the part that got me, and I should have rewind a little bit so that you guys could have listened to that. But the thing that got me is when this lady, after she had the 4 strokes in 1 hour, right? They put the thing in her to thin the blood and whatnot to help her out with the stroke. And I think she said the next day she started doing better and she was able to write. And they were kind of surprised that she was writing after having a stroke, because her left side was kind of like numb. Now that she's not able to use it, but because her body is doing this thing where it's literally naturally regenerating itself every time she gets sick, her body just keeps fixing itself. And so the doctors, they were confused and they didn't understand what is the type of lady, what type of person is this? Is this even human? Is this some type of alien? They were looking at her DNA and wondering what type of DNA she has. And the doctor, the one she was talking about, the good one, was telling her that they've never seen anything like this. You know, where she just keep fixing herself. Her body will just regenerate on its own. And they wanted to turn her into a guinea pig and poke her and stick her. And the doctor was, you know, those Indian doctors, they really, they do. I've had, this is how I speak from my experience. I've had Indian doctors before, and they really do try to help you. They don't try to give you all types of stuff that you don't need. They do try to help, at least the ones that I've encountered. So he was advising her, like she was saying, that, oh, you don't need this or you don't need that, or no, I'm not going to let you do that to my patient. You're not going to treat her like a guinea pig. And when she was laying on the bed, they were telling her that, listen, we advise strongly that you get this shot. And so she was like, I don't need a shot because I don't get colds and stuff like that. So that it won't work for me. I don't need it. And her doctor told her not to get it. He was like, that will be your antidote. That will be the thing that would take you out of here. That will be your kryptonite. Yeah. Don't you dare take that. You know, and she was like, okay, I'm going to follow my doctor's advice. This, you know, that's the one that's been taking care of me for this long. And so the doctor advised against it. Okay, this is her primary care. He said no. And so these doctors that were in the hospital, I think she said it was Oklahoma Hospital, they were telling her that she needs to get it. And she said, no, I don't want it. I don't need it. I'm not going to take something I don't need. And my doctor said no. And so they told her that quite clearly something is wrong with her brain because of the stroke, and she's not able to think for herself. And now she's a harm to herself and other people. And so the lady said she went and took a nap. And when she woke up, she was handcuffed to the bed.
Refused service.
They said that they'd stopped feeding her. They stopped. She was laying in her own filth and urine. They would not bring her any water. Her lips were dry. It was somebody that was passing by. She said they felt sorry for her and they wet her lips with a little sponge. That's all they could do because they didn't want to get in trouble. She said that stopped shortly. They also sent message to her daughters that they can't come and visit her anymore because she's a danger to herself and others around her. Mind you, this lady had a stroke. She can't hardly move. How is she a danger to anybody else when she can't even move to go pee? Okay. And they kept taunting her and coming around and saying, you know, if you want this to go away, all you have to do is take the shot and all of this will stop. They won't feed her. They won't do anything for her, not even give her some water to drink. They're not even giving her medication, which she needs, which she's paying for.
Mm-hmm.
Thank God her doctor came back around and saw the type of crazy shit that they were doing. And he was like, what y'all are doing here is illegal and it's not right.
Mm-hmm.
And so somehow the doctor arranged for her to get in touch with her daughters to get power of attorney so that they can come up there and get their mom, because they was trying to out this lady's light and they were not playing.
Mm-hmm.
And even when the lawyers came up there, they won't let the lady out. They had to get the sheriffs. The sheriffs had to threaten them to put all of them in prison. That's when they let her out. Now, does this sound normal?
Does this sound like something that is going on that is in your best interest?
This is draconian measures. This is not care.
Mm-hmm.
This lady just had a stroke and you guys are literally leaving her to die and threatening her, telling her if she doesn't take this shot, then they're not taking care of her, literally. And she doesn't even have the seed. She has nothing. It's nothing.
Yeah. And you know what? We're just going to put this on the record, or at least I'm going to put this on the record. For those of you all who may feel a little confused about this or figure out where we stand on this particular situation, I do not consent to have anything in my body that my body did not produce. I do not consent to any inorganic complementary DNA in my vessel, because I have been on this earth now for
quite some time,
38 cycles, right? And I don't get sick. Even if I come down with something, which happens very rarely, and actually in the past 2 years, actually past 3 years, really, I haven't come down with anything. But in the past, when I have come down with something, I got over it within 24 hours. So I do not need anybody's help when it comes to my health.
Right. But even if, right, even if we did need some type of help, these people took an oath. What happened to the oath that they took?
The Hippocratic oath.
What happened to that, where you're supposed to help people? Like, it's like that don't exist anymore, guys. Right? So we want you guys to be aware of what type of draconian measures that is actually out there in these hospitals, because this is horrible. This is beyond horrible. I don't even have a word for this. It is beyond horrible. Okay, this is a hellish nightmare, and I'm thankful that this lady was able to survive this experience so that she can come and share her story with others, you know, to be able to help other people, so they don't necessarily have to put all their hope and faith into a system that responds this way. So that you can be prepared. If you know that you have to go to these hospitals, if you know that you have to go there and you know it's something serious, I don't know if you have surgery, if you have whatever you have to go to these places for, okay, just to make sure that you're not at risk for this type of experience, put your stuff together. Make sure you have power of attorney. And this is somebody that you can trust, somebody who will really put your best interests ahead of anything else. Make sure you put clearly what you want, what you don't want. Don't just go walk up in those places all willy-nilly. The vibe, the energy that's present here right now, you know, it calls for you to be prepared. All right?
Yeah. And you know, just for educational purposes, some of you may not be aware of the Hippocratic Oath. You may know about the Hippocratic Oath and know that it means to not do any harm. But just for research purpose, how about we just read out the Hippocratic Oath? Are you up for that? Should we do that or not?
I mean, they could type it in. I mean, everybody got Google. Y'all just type it in and you see what they're supposed to be upholding, which they're not quite clearly. Look, Ayo Keisha, she said they just offed someone I know 2 days ago on an event. And this is the thing, many doctors, this is what makes it scary, because many doctors have voice their concerns about this same situation that she was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Each and every one of those doctors who spoke up, they got fired and they got their license taken away.
Right.
So the only doctors that you're hearing speak on the Canaan media, the only ones that you're seeing there are the ones who were bought, sold, and paid for in full. And so they're just really saying what they're being paid to say, because if they say anything opposite, there is a lot that they can lose.
Right.
And so some people are really more concerned about, I guess by now they got a lot of expenses. You know, when you're a doctor, you're used to making this type of money. You got mortgages, you got kids in college, you got responsibility, and you have a high type of living. So you have to keep that up. And you're probably not prepared to lose that type of income. Right? So a lot of them had to make these type of choices.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not judging, because I wouldn't make those type of choices. You know, shoot, take the damn car, take the house, because I'm here on a different mission.
Right.
You know, so I won't be able to make those type of choices. My spirit won't even allow it.
No.
But you know, some people they do these things, right? So we send in much love to you, Ao, for experiencing that situation. That is a terrible situation for anyone to experience. Unfortunately, this is what they're doing. This is how they're conducting themselves now in these hospitals. Okay? So I just want you guys to be aware. You have family members, you have friends, you know, some of them are so comatose they won't even begin to listen to you. But still try your best to reach out to them and let them know the truth of what is really taking place. You know, you don't take over a place by just coming in and just boom. No, it's called the tiptoe effect.
Yeah.
You know, it's little by little by little by little. And before you know it, you don't know what the hell is happening. I'm drinking fluoride water. And you don't even know how you're drinking fluoride water. Or you could be drinking Kool-Aid, and then next thing you know, you're in a different dimension. You don't even know how you woke up in a different dimension. It's because you drank the Kool-Aid. You didn't know it was laced with some poison.
No.
Because it's a tiptoe effect. So
Yeah.
we have to be very vigilant in these times, and you know, not try to just brush everything off and call everything conspiracy theory, because it's not. If you look at all of these so-called conspiracy theories, they all came true. So obviously, obviously, it's not a conspiracy theory if it has been proven to be true.
Yeah.
It is only a conspiracy theory if you think something might be true. But if the things are happening, then you know you might want to scratch your head and be like, "Well, hold up, what is happening here?" We just want you to think, family.
Yeah, because you know, I have an old Instagram account that I don't even use anymore. But there was a post that I made, and when was this post made? This was made on
174 weeks ago. That's what it said.
This post was made on May 22nd, and I kid you not, because once again, this is something we're just debunking a lot of stuff, just really opening people's eyes to what is going on. Because if this was something that was really for somebody else's benefit, and you can do it at your own will, then why so much force?
Right.
And here's the reason why there's so much force. So once again, in 2018, I made this post on an account that I still have but don't do anything with in 2018, right? And on this post, you can see here, let me move this caption out the way. As you can see here, and you can go to this page, it's still up. You can go through there and follow it. This was made on May 22nd, 2018. I can't remember. I think I was going to the hospital with my mom. Yeah, I had to help my mom out with something. And I walked past this car here. If y'all know what this is a Maybach. No, excuse me, not a Maybach, a Bentley. This is a Bentley. And at that time, I think it was like a 2012 or whatever, but it's a Bentley. And this was the doctor's parking spot. So this is the reason why they don't want you to get well at hospitals, because they got to pay for this Bentley.
They have a lot of, they've come to this point where their lifestyle, it's so out there and outrageous that they can easily be bought, sold, and fully paid for so that they can keep up with this particular lifestyle. And it's like, I truly believe like a lot of them, they're like questioning stuff like, man, come on. I mean, do we have to really do this? But at the same point, and at the same time, they're like strong, like, come on, let's go.
Like, no, no, I don't want it.
You know, you gotta go. You don't have a choice. How you gonna pay for that house? Ooh, it would be a shame if that house got
foreclosed on.
It would be a shame to see your two daughters not go to college, and you know, it'd be such a shame, you know. And so when you have something like that in your ear, it plays on you, and so eventually, depending on how weak you are in spirit, you're gonna give in. So it's not like if a lot of them really want to go along with it. It's just that they feel like they don't have a choice,
right?
Not knowing that they do hold the power within themselves if all of them band together and create their own stuff outside of this nonsense. But you know, the mind is not in alignment with the heart. See, when the mind and the heart is not in alignment, you think that you're bound to these type of realities, right? And so this is the bigger part, the darker side of humanity, right?
Right.
So we just bringing this to the forefront, guys, so that you can see the truth. This is not nothing. This is not a Nancy story. We're not making this stuff up. Shit, we wish this wasn't true.
Yeah, we wish it were. Because believe me, it hit me like real hard in 2018 when I took my mom to that hospital. And once again, this is a hospital that is predominantly in a melanated community.
This is the part. But listen, there is a cosmic thing that is taking place, as well as a mundane thing that is taking place. This with the Bentley, this is the mundane aspect. This is the macro
surface level
stuff. This is a micro effect. There is a macro effect also on a cosmic level. So as above, so below. It's two different things that's happening right now. So the cosmic, the macro effect is causing the smaller, and it's not even small because it's a big difference.
It's a big difference.
But this is why it's looking like this right now. Okay. But we want you guys to just please, guys. This is not a conspiracy. This is for real. Okay. And so just move forward with
like you said before in the video, one of the things that was told to you in that regression is that we have to have our heart open,
right,
but our mind sharp. So just know that the type of scenario that is going on right now is that you plan for the worst but hope for the best. Okay,
pretty much.
Because once again, this is not about fear.
No,
this is about being prepared.
Exactly.
Okay, so if you know, like Teresa was just talking about how she needs to get her power of attorney.
Sis, please get it tonight.
Yes, get that power of attorney done
right away.
And because in the beginning of all of this whole thing, one of the kids had a nosebleed that just wouldn't stop, and we were like, man, you're gonna have to get this shit to stop because we can't go to this hospital. But let me say, because we're good parents. We took him to the hospital so that they could look at it and see why his nose wasn't, because that's something that he's had in the past, and for whatever reason, it just wasn't stopping.
Oh, I remember that, boy.
And see, this is one of the things where you gotta stop being so damn scary. You gotta please stop being so scary.
We gotta heart strong, mind
because
sharp.
When we went there and they told us that he would have to go back there by himself, it was like, oh hell no, one of us is going back there.
I was like hell he is. Like hell he is. Did you carry him for 9 months? Who did? Me, right? Oh, I thought so. That makes me mom. Right. So guess who's going back there with him?
Right.
Not you. Not by yourself. I don't care what you do. And then when I went back there, Remember the lady
they almost tried to keep you in there.
Keep me in there. Boy, I tell you.
Like, no joke. They almost tried to.
She tried to keep me. Boy.
Man, when my baby came out, because I'm sitting in the waiting room, because I'm just sitting there, I'm like, I ain't leaving till they come out that door.
Right.
And when she came out that door, she was like almost running
in a way. I was like, she's like, you can't leave. I was like, why I can't leave? Oh, you can't leave. I'm like, am I under arrest? Is this a prison? Why can't I leave? Oh, you can't leave yet. The doctor had done your paperwork. I'm like, miss, I've been here for 2 goddamn hours. You already seen my son. I already told you I don't want none of y'all stuff. I already know what I need to do. I just wanted to know what was wrong with him because now I know what to do. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I have the thing and I'll go and I'll get it. Okay? Mm-hmm. She was like, no, you can't go anywhere. I was like, watch me. I was like, Zion, let's get the fuck up on out of here. And I banged that door open. The doctor came flying out. He's like, what's going on? I was like, this lady is trying to lock me up in this damn hospital with my son and won't let me leave. So the doctor was like, no, you can't do that. She could leave. Let her go. See, they just be doing a whole bunch of crazy stuff in these hospitals. Yeah. And if you don't know your rights, right? If you don't know your rights, things can go left very fast and it won't come back right. So this is what this video is about, family. This is not to bring fear. No. All right. But this is to allow you to see, what is happening in certain parts of this planet at the given time. And if you have to somehow be at these certain places on this planet right now, okay, you want to make sure that you're prepared. Right. Like my sister Teresa said that she has this appointment that she got to go to. Sis, make sure that you have your power of attorney.
And do not go alone.
Do not go alone. Make sure somebody's staying there. If you got to be in there for 2 days, take shifts, goddammit.
Make sure you got somebody with you who got a backbone.
You're going to need a backbone. You're going to need someone that has a backbone. You can't go in there with anybody who they can just tell anything and won't ask questions, okay? Right. Because to be honest, this is what's happening. They're losing.
Big time.
Okay? The plans that they have for humanity, it's failing big time. Okay? Things are not going as planned. People are waking up in mass numbers. Okay? People are standing up for themselves in mass numbers. They are not going along with the get along crew anymore. The go along, get along crew has shrunk tremendously. All right. So this is causing a great panic. It is causing that force of hand. And this is what's happening. So we have to continue to stay vigilant. We have to continue to stay wise, steadfast, and strong. And we have to stand in love. And what does that mean to stand in love? It starts with self-love, guys. And remember the twin flame journey.
Self-love.
Self-love, right? So you have to start with self-love, love of self. Once you have that anchored in your heart space, then it ripples out to people around you, to others around you. And so when you love yourself, okay, you don't put yourself in situation where you could be compromised, or where you can be tricked, or where you can be fooled, or where you can be taken advantage of, because you have such a high level of self-love, right? So this is what, and this is why this practice was needed in the beginning of the twin flame journey. Yeah. Self-love.
Yeah. This is aside from the relationship part. I'm just reiterating. I'm just riding my baby's tail coat right now and just reiterating what she just said. Yeah. Right? The whole reason for this twin flame journey was for you to fall in love with yourself. Because when you fall in love with yourself, it's just like having gems. Like you see these gems on this camel.
Come on, look at my camel. Look at my camel.
Like we're not gonna let anybody come in and take this camel. Right. We're not gonna let anybody step on it. We're not gonna let somebody put things inside of it that's gonna diminish its beauty.
A little camel.
Okay. That was the number one lesson that needed to be learned during your twin flame journey. Is to love yourself unconditionally, to become unfuckwittable.
Hello.
So that nobody can trespass on you mentally, spiritually, or physically.
Or emotionally, and take you for no joyride. Okay, because that's what they're doing right now. They're taking people for joyrides. But listen, we all have basic, even if we're not no damn scientists, even if we don't know no damn physics and chemistry and biology, okay?
Right.
We all know basic freaking science. Everybody knows basic science. And if you don't know, you can Google it and you will find it right there on Google. Basic goddamn science.
Yes.
Okay?
And if you want some basic goddamn science, let me show you.
Basic.
Because, let me pull this up. I'm just going to have to show y'all one other thing. Because there is an awesome doctor back in the early or late 80s, Dr. what's her name? God, hold on, let me pull it up. I'm gonna show y'all.
Oh, the one they took off of YouTube?
No, not YouTube. I'm talking about the black lady.
Jewel, what's her name?
Something.
Dr. Jewel?
Yeah.
Her name was Dr. Jewel. Yes, there she go, Dr. Jewel.
All right. So boom, I'm gonna share something with you all, right?
She's awesome. This lady is freaking amazing.
Here's the thing. Our bodies, if we leave it to its natural state, right? If you're at a certain point right now where you have to take certain medications in order for you to continue on, we're not telling you to stop doing that.
Right.
But there are certain things that you can do to get yourself off of that. So with that being said, our bodies, if we leave it to its natural state, will automatically heal itself. Okay? Because there's a certain thing, even what goes on when you actually have a fever. And in just a moment, I'm going to show you this video, and we're going to put the link in this one as well for you to go back and watch this as well. Because this beautiful goddess.
She's so beautiful.
Okay? She practiced for almost 10 years. She got her master's and everything else. And when she went through and did her studies, she realized that if you really leave the body to its own devices, it will heal itself. It won't have cancer. It won't have any of these major diseases, no heart attacks, no blood clots, none of that stuff. Everything will work fine if you leave it the hell alone.
Well, not all the way alone. I mean, you don't want to let it go.
I mean, you don't want to. I mean, if you let it do what it do, because like for example, one of the things that she talked about in this video, and we're gonna share it with you all in just a moment, is that when you have a fever, like your body is heating up for a reason.
Right. It's telling you something and it's fighting off. The antibodies they working. Because it's like you, when you go to the gym and you burning fat, you're gonna sweat. That's you working. So the fever is there to tell you your immune system, it's working, it's doing something.
Working.
And so it's our job to keep our immune systems fed. You know, we have to keep them strong. So if we keep our immune system strong, they'll be able to do the job. But if we don't keep the immune system strong, it won't be able to do what it's supposed to do. It'll be weak, and so it won't win wars, right? So by taking care of the body, you know, finding out your type, like you, because the blood types plays a major role in how you take care of the body. So you might want to first find out what is your blood type. Okay, because that really plays a major role, because what might be good for you might be detrimental for somebody else, depending on the blood type, right? And depending on how you've been eating all this time. So I would definitely, Dr. Jewel, drop some jewels. I like that, Dr. Jewel. Okay, so Dr. Jewel, she drops a lot of jewels in how to take care of your body. She does have these courses. Now, mind you, it's a pretty penny.
Yeah.
But
it's the truth.
It's the truth, and it is well worth your information, because she's been studying for a long time, because this is back when she was in her 20s.
Yeah, this is back when she was in her early 30s.
Yeah, when she was in her prime. She's like, what, 70 now or something like that? 60? 70. So she has a plethora of information, studies done in how to really heal the body and take care of the body without needing all this extra stuff, okay? So we're going to put the link here, and you guys can check her out. She is divine. She is just the bombfreaking.com, okay? Dr. Jewel, check her out, please, guys.
Yeah, and I think she dropped some stuff right in the beginning, so we're just going to play a little bit of the beginning.
She is the truth,
because look, once again, we are here to bring you practical solutions that you can apply easily, naturally, and automatically.
Yes.
And we are going to provide you with resources so that you can go through and look at this for yourself.
And she even has books, and I think some of her books are free. Like she gives like a free download, or it's very inexpensive.
Right.
As far as like, I think she does talk about the blood type. She talks about dairy. She talks about a lot of different types of what the hell going on?
Them dolls going crazy.
So we gotta go see what they doing.
Yeah, we're gonna play just a little bit.
Just a little bit.
Okay, we're gonna play just a little bit for y'all.
Yeah, right. So there's a phenomena that's known as morphic resonance. Morphic means body, and resonance, as you know, or resonate means to move. And when individuals are linked by their hands or certain parts of their body, truly the energy moves from one body to the other, and the energy begins to equilibrate. So that what one person is able to perceive and understand immediately is transferred to the next person, so everybody can get clearly what is being said. Does everybody have hands? Great. So I just want you to kind of just focus on making sure that you can feel the energy or the link connection to the person next to you. And just relax and know that this information really is very old and ancient to you, but we're going to be waking up some genetic memory and giving you some information about a wonderful new perspective as to how you can look at your imbalances or illnesses if you have any. And for those of you that have family members that are perceiving themselves as being ill, that you can really get a clear understanding as to really what's happening to them. So how does everybody feel? Does everybody feel connected? Okay, great. Okay. So why don't we sit down? So for those of you who feel it comfortable to write, fine, but I prefer, how you doing? I prefer that you just kind of relax. The flyer that was passed around the city has a lot of
let me skip ahead just a little bit.
Information. In the world of physics, there's been tremendous amount of information that's been expressed mathematically to talk about the unlimitedness relative to the energies present in this dimension that we can absorb to transmute, to transcend, to become all kinds of things. But this energy, this light, literally, can only be assessed with proper consciousness or thought. There's something that we are very concerned about in making sure that in our community that men, and especially the women, begin to understand that there are laws that govern this dimension. And irregardless of whether we are aware of them or not, we still are accountable and will always experience their effects. So when we are living in our own world and we do not understand these greater laws that sustain everything, we really usually are living in opposition to them, and it is the stress, the resistance, and the out of alignment with these laws that govern everything that are responsible for a lot of the discomfort, a lot of the perceptions of inadequacy, etc., that we have. There's nothing that comes to this dimension that does not already have a space in time created for it and has not been endowed with a divine gift and talent that, based upon its mentality, can allow it to be the most wealthiest person in this dimension or the poorest. So when we begin to interview people in my office where they really do not understand that they're here for a specific reason with specific gifts and talents that are innate and natural, that flow through them, and that there are people waiting to give them whatever they might want for these talents. There are people waiting to supply them with the resources necessary to provide the talent, etc. And they really begin to feel that they're just out here on their own, that they have to compete. Just a litany of very debilitating, how can I say, non-esteeming concepts. Immediately disease begins to enter into the vehicle of that individual. Now, let's get a clear understanding of what it is to be human. Most of us are still walking around thinking that having a physical body is what composes being a human being.
Oh boy.
That is a component of being a human. But the greatest attributes and the seed immortality for being a human comes from the mental and emotional and soul bodies. Now, people walk around talking about spirituality, etc., but when we talk about this from an energetic level, and when we look at what the spirit is, it is actually a force that an individual creates for themselves based upon a particular type of lifestyle that involves interaction between the mental and emotional body. When we begin to sit and listen to people who come to us with diseases in their physical body, the first thing we begin to note is that these individuals have no rapport at all with their emotional body. They don't know what they feel. They don't allow themselves to feel. Or what they do feel, they recognize that they force their body to do something totally contradictory to that. When we are listening to their values and their belief systems, when we ask, why do you have this value? Why do you have this belief system? It isn't anything that they necessarily are truly rooted in wanting to believe for themselves on many instances. It is because of either inherited values and belief systems or assumed values and belief systems because of the numbers of people who are saying and doing the same thing, that they just accept this as a norm. However, the bottom line is that when they recognize that what they espouse and what they believe on a mental level is totally in conflict to what they're doing on a emotional level, and then they force their body to do something totally different from the mental and emotional body, it is real. Now, how is it real? And this is finally what's coming to the forefront. There is a science known as psychoneuroimmunology, and this is something that I'm very fascinated with and have decided to dedicate the rest of my life to, because very few of us are recognizing that the etheric aspects of ourselves, our emotions, our thoughts, become physical when the brain processes them. The mind and the brain are total separate entities. The emotional body and the brain are a total separate entity. It is a factory, the brain, that is responsible for taking high vibratory frequencies, which are thoughts and feelings, and translate them, actually transform them, I should say, into a chemical reality. That chemical reality has been released from the brain into the bloodstream, into the fluid that encompasses the spinal cord, the cerebral spinal fluid, so that every cell in your body knows what you are thinking. Every cell in your body chemically knows what to do then to create the corresponding feeling based upon the communication between the mental and emotional body. Now, I will say this once more because it is extremely important that you understand this. Your brain is, again, a tool, a factory that is responsible for making available to the cells of your body the information that is being radiated from the mind, which are thoughts, and also allowing you to experience the sensation that your thoughts provoke in your emotional body. So that means then that if you decide that you want to have a less than loving thought about a person or a situation, immediately you will notice that you immediately move into discomfort. Because by creating those kind of thoughts, the discomfort and the discord that you create, the disharmony, immediately affects, first of all, the originator of the discordance. So can you imagine people who are walking around who have these opinions of many people, who have these opinions of relationships that they've had in childhood, interactions that they've had in high school, situations that they might have had on the job, and they are talking about events that have happened 15, 20 years ago. This is a chronic excretion that is being made by your own brain every day, moment to moment, that is now released upon your cells of your body. The cells in your body now have to process this every day. So you really get a big boost of this when there is a person or a reminder of the event that then really comes into play. Because as long as you have not come into a feeling of being comfortable with the experience, the subconscious or the right brain is constantly throwing off that same remnant of thought that is constantly stimulating the brain to produce the corresponding neurotransmitter. So if you just begin to understand what I've just said, you can understand why it is going to be impossible for the tissues to look like they did 15 years ago or 20 years ago, not just necessarily because of the quality of food that you're eating, not just because you might not be exercising, but because of the internal pollution that you are constantly creating of your own free will that destroys your own tissues.
Right now.
Now, see, you have to understand how profound that is, because when we talk about immortality, when we talk about agelessness, when we talk about infinite vitality, these things are real. It's already been proven. This is 94. In 1990, there was a German that...
So in 1994, she was giving this talk.
I was bare, 13 years old.
Yeah. So they know about this. Like, most of the medical profession know that the way that you think about yourself, even better than that, the way that you think about somebody else.
I was just about to say that.
So for all of once again, for our twin flames out there,
please let it go.
Let it go. If it's not a harmonious relationship, let it go. Because if you're thinking about any type of pain that this person left you with, you are creating a chemical reaction in your brain that is now sending signals into your bloodstream, that is now going into your spinal cord to send out instructions to start to bring disease into your body.
And to break you down, okay? So listen, if you see someone, if maybe you had a beef 10 years ago, shoot, even 3 years ago, 2 years ago, it doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. Let it go.
Right.
You know, I learned something from Brother Panic last night.
Yeah.
I think I knew it before, but it really came home yesterday.
Right.
When he was talking about just leaving the ego alone.
Yeah.
Because some people like to be right.
Mm-hmm.
They just love being. Have y'all ever met? If I know we got 20 people in this chat, let me see a number one. If you guys know somebody who always want to be right,
put a 1 in
the chat.
Put a
1 in the chat. If you have met somebody, you might not have to be talking to them now, right? Mm-hmm. But if you know someone and they always gotta be right, mm-hmm. Put a 1 in the chat.
Yeah.
Because listen up, guys. It's a really simple Look, Teresa got one. We got somebody that got one. Shaw got she got 1 and exclamation marks. Man, listen, I'm here to help y'all tonight, man. I'm here to help y'all tonight. When these people come at you, because sometimes they be having the arguments, because I have to be honest, I used to be that person. I always got to be right. I used to be that person, okay? Mm-hmm. But I've grown and I've learned that sometimes it's better to have peace mm-hmm. than to be right.
Right.
Okay? So sometimes when somebody come to you and they want to have an argument, right? And 9 out of the 10 times when someone comes to you with an argument, trust and believe they have that argument planned out in their head. Mm-hmm. They already know what they're going to say to you. They already know what you're going to say to them. Mm-hmm. And they already have the response for what you're going to say to them.
They rehearsed the whole play.
They rehearsed it before they came and approached you with the conversation. So they geared up. They're ready to go. And they got a lot of fire, because that now turns into passion. And passion is fire, right? So they have that fire burning inside of them and they're ready to unleash that shit on you, right? Mm-hmm. So how you combat that type of stuff and prevent yourself from taking on those type of energies and thought forms that will literally destroy you from the inside, mm-hmm. You just tell them, you know what?
You're right.
You're right. That's it. That's all you say.
Because then they're going to be like, oh, what you? I'm right. Damn right, I'm right.
They'll stop them right in their tracks. Mm-hmm. You know what? You did this and you should have did that and you forgot to. I can't believe you did something. You know what, Peter? I am so sorry. I didn't even know what I was thinking. Mm-hmm. But you know what? I hope you can forgive me because you're right.
Yeah.
You are absolutely right.
Yeah.
And when you say that, what are they gonna do? How are they gonna come back with, you know what? I shouldn't have did that. I apologize. You're right.
And you know what? I'm just gonna put this out here because you know you may have quite a few people that want to come up and argue with you about why you're not getting the Jeezy jab or why you are getting the Jeezy jab. Forget it all.
Yeah.
You know, they want to come and argue with you about that. You know what? You know, you're right. I'll take that into consideration. Thank you so much for sharing.
Yeah.
And just walk the hell away.
Walk quick, fast. Speedy Gonzalez out of there. Okay? Because they might try to think of something else to come at with.
Right.
So say what you got to say and get the hell up on out of there.
Yeah.
Because these energies manifest into a physical form. All right? It doesn't matter. If you're thinking bad about someone, if you're thinking negative about someone, you have to literally hold that energy within your being first.
Yep. The energy has to go through you.
It has to go through you. So all of that negative thoughts, all of that negative feelings, anything that you can think of negative goes through our vessel first.
Yep.
And it don't even really get to the other person. Maybe a little bit of it might get over there, but
little fizzle.
Little fizzle. But for the most part, you hold that energy inside of you. So hating someone doesn't hurt anyone.
No.
But the person who's doing the hating. It's best to just walk away. If something is not serving you anymore, just leave it alone.
Yeah. And once again, if don't believe what we're saying.
Don't do it.
Go and watch this full video.
The full, guys, watch the whole thing.
Video. The whole hour
and
long. I mean, you already been here almost well, you've been here right now for the amount of time that this video is. So if you can sit and rock with us for an hour and 8 minutes, you can sit and rock with her.
And she has a lot more videos that you guys are going to find very valuable, very informative. She has a website where she offers classes. She has books and stuff like that. And in times like this, information like what she has is like gold.
Right.
Okay, because there's not a lot of doctors, unfortunately, who is true to healing anymore. They're really about the money.
Yeah.
Okay. So, but this beautiful jewel, she has a perfect name because she is a jewel. Yeah. She's a diamond in the dust, right? A needle in the haystack.
Yeah.
Would literally give you information that can change your whole entire life and your lineage.
Yeah. Because once again, this lovely goddess is in her 70s, if I'm not mistaken.
She is in her 70s.
But let me just show y'all this picture because the proof is in the pudding, right? The proof is in the pudding. This young woman is in her 70s.
I better leave this lady alone.
She don't look like somebody that's in her 70s.
70, guys. 70.
Okay?
I know some people that's 50 that's barely pushing it.
She know what she talking about. The proof is in the pudding.
All right now.
All right. So boom. So we just wanted to come in and share this information with you all to make you aware. And once again, like we said before, we're here to give you practical solutions that you can apply easily, naturally, and automatically. So just bringing up that first video, we're not going to leave y'all hanging.
No, we won't just drop some stuff like that and then leave. That would be mean.
Yeah. No. So you have some resources to start going through. You have some points to start looking into so that you can start doing your own research and see if this is true for you.
Right, and empower yourself instead of these damn draconians trying to make you feel disempowered and trying to make you feel like you don't have any choice. Right. Okay, we have plenty of choice. We came in this bad boy with choices, and God damn it, we would leave with choices.
Yes.
The hell they say. All right. So you know how we do. We come here to empower you guys, to give you plenty of good energy, plenty of balanced energy, plenty of positive energy to encourage you on this damn draconian trip that we on. All right. Yes. It's getting better. All right. Like I said, it's getting better. We almost there. Hold on.
Just hold tight.
Hold tight. I promise you it's going to be okay. It'll always be okay.
Yep.
All right. We love you guys so much. Listen, thank y'all for the birthday wishes. Thank y'all for your donations. If you guys still feel like you want to send me $1 for my birthday, go right ahead.
$1.
Send $1 in the Cash App. Happy birthday, whatever, anything helps. And I'm just grateful for all of you guys for listening to us and hanging in there with us. We love you. Seriously, we do love you.
Yes.
We are here to really help.
Yeah. And just because we're not saying this, understand that the love that we say is not on a collective level.
Right.
Each one of you who are on this live right now, just know we love you. Okay?
Yes.
Even the ones who are watching this on the replay, we love you as well.
Exactly.
Okay? But understand, because just like we teach, we love ourselves first.
Right. And we walk the walk.
We walk that walk.
You gotta walk this walk, man. It ain't easy sometimes, but you gotta do it, man. You gotta do it.
Because if you go back through and look at our, and this is, I'm just gonna say this and then we're gonna get out. Because it is real peculiar to me for some of these individuals who say that they on this spiritual walk, who say that they're conscious or that they're woke, and they are out here. If you go on their Instagram page, you see they got the mask on, and you see that they're going along with the agenda and things like that. And I'm looking at some of these people sideways. For the most part, I don't know them personally.
We don't know them personally.
But I'm just saying, like, if you're about that life, why have that on? That's an easy, slippery slope for you to go along with the agenda.
Just go along with the get along crew. Go along to get along. And you see, that's the tiptoe effect. And we have to be vigilant enough to see when there is a tiptoe effect taking place. Because, when back in the Nazi times, they did the same thing. They did the tip. It's literally a technique that they use. They literally do little by little, or we're going to let them do this. It's just small. And everybody going to be like, oh, please, it's just this. Can't you just do it and just be quiet? And then they add something else. Okay, so you're going to do this and this. And then before you know it, we right here.
Yeah, because here's how it goes. Because it's not just the tiptoe effect. It is you going along with the tiptoe effect.
Right.
Because when it starts out, you'd be like, oh, no, we need y'all to stay in the house for like 2 weeks. Everything will be good. You stayed in the house for 2 weeks. Right. They're like, hold on. We need y'all to stay a little bit longer. You already did 2 weeks. I mean, it's okay.
What's another month?
You've already done it. Why not just a little bit longer? And then here they come with the mask, and you got one person wearing the mask, and they start wearing it, and then and then you get to a point where you like, you know what? Fuck it, I ain't wearing this mask no more. And they were like, hold on, weren't you just wearing the mask like last week? What's the deal now?
Right. Put it back on.
Yeah.
And then they tell you, let's get back to normal. Everybody get jabbed up, and then you can take the thingy bob, the mask off, right?
Yeah.
All right, they all went and got jabbed up. Then they're like, whoopsies.
I'm back on.
You got to put it back on.
You need 2 now.
Now you need 2.
3.
Nope. Double up. Now you need 2 masks on, and now you need 2 jabs. And we're getting ready to give you a third jab.
There's a third one.
Before we can go back to normal. Then Mr. Fauci is like, you know what? Shoot, looks like we're going to have to be getting boosters, and the ones that we're giving you is only good for about, what is it? How long he said the new one is good for now? 12 weeks or something like that? After 12 weeks, you got to go get another one. And then he's like, looks like we're going to be doing the same thing we did with the flu shot.
Yeah. But
so it's like, at what point do we really start taking personal responsibility for our own actions?
Yeah.
At what point do we say, you know what, let me put down this goddamn cupcake. Let me go outside and jog. Let me drink some alkaline water. Let me go on some type of fast. Let me really get my body in tune. Let me take care of my immune system. Let me put the responsibility of my own health in my own hands. At what point? I'm just so. At what point is humanity is gonna realize that they're out of alignment spiritually, mentally, physically, and emotionally? At what point do we say, you know what? Let me get on a path that's really going to be beneficial to me. Let me get on a path that is going to sustain my greatest and highest good. Because if we look at his story, not even our story, because it stole that shit. But when we look at his story, okay, we can go back and you don't even you ain't gotta look far.
No.
I promise you don't gotta look far. Tuskegee experiment, you ain't gotta, that's just the other day. People still alive from that time. Yeah. All right. Just look at their track records. Look at all of their track records. All of the ones, Moderna,
look at Fauci's track record.
Pfizer. Fauci's track record is horrible. Bill Gates' track record is horrible. Look
AZT.
at all of them. Look at their track record. They have so many lawsuits. Johnson & Johnson state can't even make baby powder, but they're trying to put some chemical in your hand. Like, seriously.
Yeah.
Seriously, why? Why are we putting all of our trust in these people who have not proven themselves to be to have our best interest in their heart or in their minds?
Right.
None of them give a shit.
No. And that's why we say that the number one solution to all of this, when you really sit down and you ponder about it, is the ability to love ourselves individually, unconditionally.
Come on.
Because when you love yourself unconditionally, you're not gonna let a man come in your life and mess around with you and take your cookies without the equal. You know what? You're not gonna let anybody come into your house and just put their feet up on the coffee table or anything like that and drag dirt through.
Right.
You know, you're not gonna let someone whose vessel is not clean let his vessel come inside of your vessel.
Come on, man.
Okay. And in addition to that, when you love yourself unconditionally, you're not gonna let somebody put something in your body that you know is not something that your body. Excuse me. When you love your body and you understand, you go through and you listen to Jewel Pookrum, right? And you start researching what she's talking about, you'll understand that, hold up, my body, if I really get it back to its normal state, will take care of all of this. So why in the hell would I need to add some artificial thing when an organic thing that is unlimited within my body can be produced? And I don't need a booster for that. So we
just saying, guys. We just trying to get people to think outside of this limited box that they have put humanity in. Literally, all of these people who are making these suggestions, they are all criminals, and I don't care. I'm gonna say it.
Yeah,
we're not even going. I don't even think we'll be able to monetize this video. We don't care.
We monetize
this gonna have to freestyle.
Yeah.
So y'all, please share this video.
Donate, please.
Because this video is one of those videos that's just gonna be not monetized, and when you don't monetize your videos on YouTube, they don't really make it available that much to others. So please do us a favor, everybody that's here, please share the video at least one or two of your platforms, because this information needs to get out. This is a lot of crazy shit that's happening. Listen, I went to high school, right? And in high school, you even got to go to college for this shit. In high school, what I learned in high school and what made sense, and it does make sense, is that human beings, okay, we exhale carbon, Carbon dioxide, okay? This is what we exhale. It is a freaking gas. It's a gas. So we breathe.
A toxic
It's a toxic gas. We let that shit out, right? And then the trees, who are our friends, they take it in because they're happy. They need it. They let out the oxygen. We take it in. It's called communion with nature, okay? We have something the trees need. The trees have something that we need. And this is how we live and survive together, okay? Now, what happens when you start inhaling back your own waste, okay, for like 8 hours out of the day? People who work, okay, 8 hours out of the day, you have to keep breathing that shit back in, along with all those other particles that's inside of that damn blue thing. My daughter can't even wear that blue mask. Every time she put it on, her whole face breaks out, and she literally, she gets little bumps up her nose, and she sneezes and sneezes and sneezes, watery eyes, like her whole sinuses gets torn up whenever she puts that blue mask around her face. So and she only does that when she goes to visit her, her other family members, okay? Her other family members.
Yeah, because it's the other family members that are not as aware as we are.
Right.
So, but Jade, I promise you, we're not following you around. We're just on the same frequency.
We're on the same frequency, man.
That's all
Listen,
it is.
I'm just saying it is basic science. This is not something that you have to be a doctor to know. This is not something you have to be a scientist to know. It is very simple, basic science. Okay? What we breathe out, it's gas, and it's not meant to go back in unless you're having a panic attack. Okay? When you're having a panic attack and you breathe into the bag, breathe in and out into the bag, that sets off a chemical reaction to help you to calm down. That you do for a short period of time, that is completely different.
Short period of time.
Okay? Than having that thing, that Pampers or whatever over your face 24 hours of the day, 7 days of the week, or 8 hours, whatever. It is not healthy. And this weakens your immune system, guys. Because if your body is not getting enough oxygen, okay, your immune system can't do what it's supposed to do. So anything that's out there, all of these mixtapes virus that's out there, okay, possibly can, do a little bit of ruffle the feathers a little bit, because you're depriving yourself from the one thing that you actually need to sustain itself.
Yeah.
And then if you're taking in a lot of sugars, if you're taking in a lot of starch, if your body is more acidic than alkaline, because we're electric beings, so we have to have an alkaline based body. Listen, I'm one of them moms. I'm a helicopter mom. I got them strips, them alkaline strips to test to see where your body pH is. Everybody in the house is pH 7 and above.
Yeah.
Okay. Even my manual got all of us beat, the little one. Okay, my little Titan. I don't play around. Like, I gotta make sure. What do you need? What is your body saying? Do we need to add more alkaline in your diet? Okay, we are not playing around. We are taking care of our vessel, because at the extent to which you take care of your vessel, which is your vehicle to travel in this particular dimension, that is the extent to which it will serve you. So if you're polluting your body, if you're not giving your body the things that it needs, it won't be able to do what you want it to do, especially fight these mixtapes variants.
Yeah, and it's not just the food, it's also the thoughts.
The thoughts, your emotions, how you feel on the inside, the type of feelings you have about other individuals. You want to look at all of those things because they all work together.
Yep.
So start cultivating more balanced thoughts about people. That's why I stopped hanging around people.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just being honest. I'm just, and I've found such a happy place, in just being around my family. Right? Because it's a lot of love. My kids love me so much, and sometimes I'm like, y'all leave me alone. They follow me everywhere I go. As soon as I come out the room, I miss you. Where you been?
You were in the room for so long.
I'm telling you, it's ridiculous. Sarah's telling me today, you don't even spend any time with me. I'm like, Sarah, what are you talking about? She's like, it's no time. You don't spend any time. We see each other 24 hours of the day, 7 days of the week. Just when we sleep. They homeschool. What do you mean, right? So it's a lot of love in this house. A lot of love, a lot of peace, except for when the kids get on your nerves. But that's regular. That's what they're supposed to do. They're supposed to get on your nerves. They're kids, right?
That's their job.
That's their job.
They do it damn well.
They do a good job. We don't stop them. We had such a good time today, baby.
Yeah, it was good. That was really awesome.
Yeah, we had a good time outside. It was beautiful.
Yeah.
But yeah, so, guys, that's it.
Yeah, that's what we wanted to bring through for you. Definitely, please like this video. Give it that thumbs up. Share this video as much as possible.
Please.
Once again, this video won't be monetized. So if you like what we're doing, send a donation, $1. Kind of like what Q Reeves said. He said $1 holler.
$1 holler. Yo, he's so crazy.
We appreciate it. But once again, just know that we're giving this out of love,
yes,
for your individual path.
Exactly.
Because we cannot help humanity, but we can help you.
And individually. And we know our kids got to go out there with your kids. So, hey, taking social responsibility, knowing that one day your kid might meet our kid, who knows? But when you really think about it, on some level, we are all connected.
Right.
On some level, you never know. All right?
Yeah. So, with that being said, we love y'all.
We love you guys so much.
Head over to the website, become a Royal Twin Flame. Once again, we do have a 7-day trial that is set up. We do have a Royal Twin Flame meeting coming up this Saturday, which is probably going to go a lot deeper, even from the information that we shared today. Actually, it will go a lot deeper off of the information that we shared today. And two other things real quickly, because we got 22 people on here. Right now, we do have the actually, let me go to the website and share this real quick.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Okay. Because we have we have two things that's going on right now. We have a class that we have put together for gosh, now I'm losing my train of thought. We have a class that we're starting on the 29th of September. And it's really going to be tied around sovereignty and really providing you with some information and resources to show you how powerful you are. Okay? And really helping you to step into your full magic so that you can live in a blissful state for as much as possible. Okay? If you've seen our life for the amount that we've shared, because once again, we understand private and public. So, but for the most part, our life we live deliciously.
Yeah, we have. I think we have a different kind of richness.
Right.
Our richness is very authentic and it's peaceful in the mind, right? And loving, and that's something you can't buy.
Yes. So just real quick, I'm just going to share this with you all right now, right? Which is on the website here. If you scroll down, you see we got the merch. You can become this is where you will become a Royal Twin Flame. Right now, the membership, you can sign up for free for 7 days and have access to all of the video archives that we've done from our previous webinars. You can also once you become a Royal Twin Flame, with the classes that I'm about to show you in just a moment, with the exception of one, you'll be able to join those webinars at no additional cost. Okay? So you can click here to become a Royal Twin Flame, but what I wanted to point out here is these classes that we have set up for the coming weeks. So right here is where you would go to register for the Royal Twin Flame meeting. But this one here is the series that we're going to do. It's a 7-week series that we're going to do, showing you about how magical you are. Okay? Now, this other one on the right here, this last one is called the Freedom Class. For those of you who would like to learn how to become sovereign, how to really unplug yourself from the matrix, well, mostly me will be teaching.
This is the lawyer right here. My baby is a lawyer, so he literally how long you been doing this stuff? For about what, a year, 2 years now?
Almost.
I want to say 2 years.
2 years now. So in this freedom class, this is where we will break down for you how you can really pull yourself out of the matrix on a physical level. And because there's just so much information that has to be covered in this, this is not something that's going to be for the free, okay?
Yeah, it's a lot of information.
I'm talking about you all will receive my 2 years of knowledge, along with the knowledge that I've gained from other people who have been doing this for about 20 years. Okay? So you have my knowledge of me actually walking the walk for 2 years, in addition to getting information from individuals who have done this for over 20 years of actually pulling themselves out of the system. So, and because it does take a lot of energy, a lot of work as far as putting together the presentations, putting together the information, to make sure that you all have the templates and everything that you need to start your own process of getting yourself out of the system. There's a small fee for doing that. And once we get up to about somewhere around, well, I forgot the number.
20 to 30, you said.
Yeah, once we have about 20 to 30 people who are serious about it, and right now you can go ahead and RSVP, but once we get to at least 20, once we get to 20, then I will go ahead and schedule the class within that week once we hit 20. Okay? And like, it's going to be documents that's going to come with it, books that are going to come with it, and it's a lot of information that's going to come with it, so that once you finish going through all of this information, you will now have access to really know how to pull yourself out of the matrix, literally
on a physical level. And this is something that has to start up here first. Right. Because doing this physical part without having it start up here is pointless. Yes. Right. So it has to. This is the first real estate that you got to free. Okay. Once you free this, everything else will follow.
Yes. So if you join our magical as AF,
that'll be a good segue.
That because once you go through that series that we're going to go through, that sovereignty is going to be locked in here.
It's going to set in.
And once you see it in here, then I'll show you how to bring it through on a physical sense.
Right. That's a good way to put it. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So just wanted to share that information with you all, and we're not gonna hold y'all too much longer. So we love y'all.
We love you guys, and don't forget to get the book. A Moth is Also a Butterfly. We have the physical copy now on the website, because some people were saying that they wanted to get the physical copy on the website. So we're actually gonna sign it. Okay, the ones on Amazon, they're not signed. But the ones on the website, we will sign it for you. Yeah. Okay.
And for those who may feel a little salty because, hey, I got the physical book, but mine's not signed. If you go to our website, you'll see our mailing address on there. If you mail us your book, we will sign it and send it back to you.
Oh, that's so nice.
Okay. So if you already got the physical book, and you want it signed, just mail it back to us. The address is on the website. I'm not going to put it out right now.
Yeah.
But the address is on the website. If you mail it to us, we will sign it and send it back to you.
We will be happy to do that for you.
All right?
Okay.
Because we appreciate y'all. We love y'all.
Absolutely.
And with that being said, we're going to enjoy the rest of this evening. Probably fill this back up. And
you're going to leave me hanging?
Oh. Boom.
See, you left me hanging.
So we love y'all.
We love you guys.
And we look forward to seeing y'all soon.
Peace.
Peace out.